All right, hi everybody. Thanks for checking in. We have our first tornado warning of the night here across East Tennessee. Now it is just clipping the Cumberland County area coming in out of Sparta and Middle Tennessee. I've been watching this storm system as it's been moving its way out of Middle Tennessee, racing its way off to the north and northeast. So let me give you the latest information from the National Weather Service. This would be coming out of the National Weather Service in Nashville. And the information on this tornado warning at this hour is for, Cumberland County and Middle Tennessee. We got White County and southeastern Putnam County. This runs until 5:30 Central Daylight Time. You're looking at the storm system just outside of Sparta along Highway 70. Anyways, it's until 5:30. At 4:32 Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Sparta, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. This is radar indicated at this point of the game. Some of the cities that are going to be impacted from this, of course, we're looking at Interstate 40 between mile marker 296 and 317. Other locations impacted could be places like Doyle and also Pleasant Hill. Doyle and Pleasant Hill. And so this is just the beginning. Now, we may have a couple of waves move on through. We've got one little wave starting to set up shop across the Cumberland Plateau. And so we're going to watch this because it's going to be moving into a little bit more of an unfavorable environment. However, the National Weather Service is talking about some drier air starting to intrude East Tennessee. That may limit some severe weather potential, but the concern may not be totally over because a secondary wave may be coming through as we get into the later evening hours. Again, it's 5:37 right now. And again, we're going to keep you up to date and see how this all plays out. So I'll stick with this tornado warning until it expires. Then we'll go back and we'll let you go about your day. But again, let me show you the big picture here for just a second because we've got storms coming in out of Middle Tennessee. We don't have a lot of severe weather across the state so far. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings, and that's about the extent of it in our region. Alabama and Mississippi is a totally different story. And of course, we'll be concentrating on that and following that as we progress through the day, the rest of the evening hours. So the storm at hand is just over the Sparta area. If we kind of take a look at the velocity product coming out of this, there's a spin in the atmosphere. They got to understand that the radar is pretty far away from where this tornado warning is, but there's the rotation. This is tracking to the northeast now at 45 miles per hour, and we'll continue to highlight this as we continue to progress through time. Now, we've got quite a bit of lightning showing up as well, and so if you are joining us from Cumberland County, you definitely want to take shelter or head to a sturdy building. Places like Woody along Highway 127, Elmore, also along Highway 127. You got Pleasant Hill, Mayland anyways, the North Crossville. And the downtown Crossville area is not inside this. We've got Baker Crossroads, Pomona Road. We got Plateau, Drowning Creek. These are Browntown, I should say. So these are all the areas in the tornado warning right now that we'll continue to monitor as it tracks its way to the northeast. Okay, so we do have some rotation showing up in the mid levels of the atmosphere, and that's why the National Weather Service has issued that tornado warning. Let's see what the National Weather Service out of Nashville is saying about this storm, as they're the ones who issued the warning. Again, it's not too terribly impressive when you're looking at the radar and the line of some intense showers and thunderstorms that are starting to work their way into Cookeville, Livingston, also out of McMinnville. Just intense rain, and it's going to produce some sideways rain, but it's also moving it into a very favorable environment for severe weather. And the National Weather Service out of Nashville is saying on that storm, let's see if we can get to the latest message here from them. Let's see. I don't have anything specific. Just crossed Highway 70 west. We got 40 mile an hour per hour wind gusts. So this is coming in out of the White County EMA, emergency managers, and just crossed over Highway 70, he said, just outside of the Sparta area. So again, it's not in Cumberland County quite yet, but it is just off to your south and southwest. So if we were to go ahead and highlight this and show you the track and the path of this rotation, let me take you right from Sparta. Storm's moving at 45 miles an hour, so we'll take it out to 45 miles per hour. And again, it's going to be moving its way into Pleasant Hill at 6 p.m. 6 p.m., that would be Eastern time zone. 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock Pleasant Hill. Monterey at around 6:04. That's the latest time. It's going to move right over Interstate 40, Highway 70, working its way towards Rennie, Clark Range, Woody. Again, Pleasant Hill is in the path of this, or at least in the tornado warning itself. And we've got some strong winds associated with this system And that's really, we've been talking about this for the last couple of days. Incredibly strong winds showing up. Let me show you a radar loop over the last 1 hour so we can kind of get a progression of how this is all playing out. You can see how it's been coming out of the Murfreesboro. It was over along Highway 24. It's racing to the northeast. That's just a 1 hour radar loop. And you can definitely see how that's sliding its way to the northeast. So places like Fentress County, Morgan County, Cumberland County, heads up. We've already got our first line of some intense thunderstorms starting to come on through. And so we'll continue to monitor how this plays out over time. Again, everybody else around East Tennessee is just fine. Now, we got those morning rain showers, and that kind of helped to stabilize the atmosphere, kind of some cooler air, but dew points are starting to climb to our west and southwest, and that's why the National Weather Service is thinking that we'll still get an influx of higher dew points, still some energy coming on through because the cold front's well off to our west right now. And so as all that energy continues to move its way on through, listen, it's only 5:41, so we're still early. This event is going to continue to go all the way through the evening and overnight hours. Now, do we work the atmosphere over? We get a couple of these thunderstorms to fire up, and then we just kind of mitigate the severe weather for the rest of the overnight hours? Maybe, but we still have a big old ball of energy off to our west, and that's what's going to slide our way and move in overnight tonight and into the early morning hours. So definitely something to keep in mind. All right, so Livingston, heads up. Anybody in Fentress County, Livingston, that may be joining us here on the East Tennessee weather platforms. Again, this is going to be working its way right over Highway towards Highway 127. So I'd say Livingston, Jamestown, Allert, Grimsley, Clark Range, Rennie, Monterey, Fairfield, Glade, Crab Orchard, Crossville, Lake Tansy, Pleasant Hill, I should say, and Monterey. These are all places that need to take caution. Pay attention to the storm to your south and west. Woody is currently in the tornado warning along with Monterey. So if you are in these locations, you definitely need to head to your shelter right now into a safe spot, whether that's an interior part of your house, a closet, a bathroom, if you happen to have a basement. Listen, we talked about this earlier today as well. If you happen to be in a mobile home or a manufactured home, say in Grimsley, Clark Range, or Sunbraid, or Annandale, or Wartburg, these are the time to start paying attention, because as this slides its way to the northeast, it's going to run into a little bit more favorable environment, and we have a lot of spin in the atmosphere. We've been talking about that for the last couple of days as well. All right, let me see what's the latest information coming in from the National Weather Service. Nothing so far from the Morristown Weather Service, but again, this is going to be crossing from the Nashville office into the Morristown office, and that's something that we're going to continue to monitor. Please like and share, by the way, and this is just the very beginning. So tornado warning continues right now for places like White County, Cumberland. That's the tornado watch off. Let me take the watch off. Let me take the watch off here. We do have a tornado watch for Fentress and Cumberland County that runs until 10 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. So something to kind of keep in mind as we continue to work ourselves into a more favorable environment. So the tornado warning right now runs through, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. And so again, we're looking at our first tornado warning. We also have some severe thunderstorm warnings right now from Cookeville down to Spencer. And so, yeah, we are going to see a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings possibly tonight, isolated tornado warnings, and the potential. We'll see what the Storm Prediction Center does. Do they issue a tornado watch for, say, the rest of the plateau, the parts of the rest of East Tennessee? Kind of see how this all plays out. As of right now, nothing in their mesoscale discussion. The last time I looked, I'll take another little look here to see what they may be talking about. Okay, so they are. Let me get this on the screen here. I'll get this on the screen so you can see what we're talking about. So the Storm Prediction Center is talking about the possibility the severe threat may increase